Woo! Once again, another something burning out there. Yeah, even the fine particulate matter, or the large particulate matter is. All right. The air is bad. The air's always bad. But you may go within the speed limit. Okay. Nope. Oh, I see what it's doing. Damn thing, it keeps going back to MS. It's trying to get a snapshot. No, they weren't going that fast. It was just sometimes the... Yeah, he might have been. That's still too fast while you're carrying. Oh, you got a mattress strapped to the roof of your car. No, it's a little depressing that looking at the Slate truck, I was thinking about getting me one. And first it was, oh, this is going to be $20,000. It's going to be under $20,000. Okay, it's going to be $20,000. Okay, it's going to be under $25,000. Okay, so maybe it'll be 27 at launch. It keeps going up and up. And actually, if you want to get all of the stuff in the packages that you would get on a standard truck, it's going to be $47,000. So people have gotten so greedy and stupid they can't make a car under $20,000 anymore. They were talking things about the SUV kit that you can put on the end of it for extra seats, for power windows, for a speaker. And the center console, I don't even use the radio on my car. And I know who can provide a no frills truck, because they have them all over the world, and that is Asian countries. We're right back to where we were, which is just import a K truck, pay the freight, and make that your daily driver. Somehow it has a bigger bed than the monster trucks we sell in this country. It just got me thinking about that. I think it was Vox. Some news station or there was a news organization that had posted on YouTube, and the guy was saying how they couldn't make anything in America anymore, and all he was trying to do was make a grill scrubber. It was going to be all American parts, you know, everything was sourced, everything was from America, and he couldn't believe how hard that was. Like just little things like the nuts and screws, they don't even make here anymore. The stamped sheet metal handle that he had, they don't make it here anymore. And I bring that up because that's what they were saying about the Slate truck, is that it was supposed to be mostly made here. I'm getting tired of getting these late starts, but like I said, one day bleeds into the next, and the next thing you know, I'm 2 days down. It wasn't like they had any plans. Damn, is he really going that fast? No. Hey. I was just noticing that tree leaning up against that car. Okay, here we go. Well, you know, you got a few folks with a lead foot, but nothing like serious. Because he was saying, your lights are blinding me. And I was like, there's no way. You know, a program where you talk about a race condition. And when we mean a race condition, we mean two programs racing, trying to race past each other for resources. And it causes a loop, and then they start taking up more and more memory, and the next thing you know, it causes the whole program to crash. You keep thinking about how you see parallels like that in real life, where it's just like these two guys on a road trying to beat each other to the better position, and eventually causing another kind of crash. The race to be the guy, the first man to the red light. I'm doing this to try to figure out how to gauge speeds. Like this one's 36, I think. Okay, it was 36. Oh, the ambulance is the only person going well in excess of 35, and that was because, you know, they got an emergency. I just want to see how fast they were traveling. I haven't kept updated with. There was a time when they would try to get to the thing as fast as possible, and a lot of accidents were happening with EMT vehicles going too fast on the roads. And so I believe it was California, they implemented a thing that said that ambulance drivers can't exceed a certain speed. You know, they're supposed to just kind of make a rapid pace as you can, but when you're trying to go through intersections, you know, watch, slow down, go through them. Because every minute counts. Like I said, they got a stroke patient in the back. They're trying to stabilize them. At the same time, some of the roads you drive, you ride on, are they safe enough for you to go over that speed? Here it's like a damn freeway. It's just, well, it's not that smooth. There are little divots here and there. That's why when I look at some of these people going 50, 60, I'm like, you have no idea what's coming. Well, the road here is constantly breaking down because this is such a major, I unfortunately live on a very major road. To give you an idea, if you're not from Dallas, to give you an idea how integral Marsh Lane is here, this sucker goes all the way to Plano. I even think there's a section of it that goes to Frisco. I was trying to trace it up, and I just kept going. It goes deep into North Dallas. I mean, it goes pretty much to the limit. Here we go. Race condition. Oh, I know who that is. Yeah, I know who that is. He lives on the other block of my street. Okay. So you got that junky thing with a straight pipe. Makes all kinds of noise. Oh, there's a lot of traffic at 2340. Trying to beat that light. Oh! Hard iced tea. Would it be anything else around here? I mean, seriously. A neighborhood filled with alcoholics. Are they functional? I have not checked the reports, but mostly. No, if you put a trash can next to me, I'll pick up the trash and I'll dump it for you. I get tired of carrying around bags of, well, everything, especially anything with alcohol in it. It's dripping out and you always wonder what kind of people would put truck nuts on their car, on their vehicle. Oh, there you go. Already know. Boy. No. Oh, the speed increases. Maybe the MS feature on here just uses less battery power, and that's why it keeps reverting to it. Ugh. So I guess if you look at it like in a Spanish kind of thing, Northy Church, North and Church, kind of in a north-ish direction and church. I guess that's pretty accurate. It's not north, it's north-ish. No, I was thinking about one of my former bosses was trying to find a car that he could use to fix up so he could start doing dirt racing. And the dirt racing rules say that the car has to be within a certain wheelbase. And it was getting increasingly harder and harder to find those kind of cars because they don't make them anymore. They don't make them anymore. I don't know if they don't make them that wide, or maybe that's what it was. They don't make that particular wheelbase. It was like limited to cars within the 70s and 80s. And then I was thinking how if somebody wanted to do dirt racing with the stuff that we got today, there won't even be cars. When I said I'll give them some time, what I meant was if I come through here next week or next month and I see this is still like this, because I'm not sure the same people that own this house still own this house. You know, that's the quiet realization that scares me sometimes. As I've been doing this for 30 years, why should I expect any of the people to still be here? Cicada calling out to me. I forget about them sometimes. Whatever this is pretty damn aggressive. Nah, just that it takes time. Why am I going to be putting tickets in for this? I ain't even put them in for my own block. No, I swear they're slowing down. Like I see the brake lights going off, and then I don't know. Like maybe it's I don't know. Tells you how many people have radar detectors. I didn't think that this thing is like weak. I don't think they could detect this. I think the detectors are for like LiDAR ones, but whatever. You know, this is a rinky-dink thing for coaches and parents to kind of like, hey, my kids, let's see how fast he can throw. You know, clocking their velocities on that, but it still has the same applications here. So I put the ticket in and they said they have a permit. And I was like, what does that have to do with being able to, what does that have to do with walking the sidewalk? Well, they have a permit to block the sidewalk. It's like, no, they have a permit to work. That doesn't mean they have a permit to block the sidewalk. Nowhere here do I see where it says sidewalk closed. Like back there, you can see that kind of stuff. Here, there was nothing that noted that was warning me. Hey, by the way, if you're a pedestrian, get over on the other side. You second class plebs. Walnut Hill is for winners in cars, not for losers walking. I mean, that's the attitude I get. So once again, putting in another complaint about transportation and public works. That'll be a quick ticket. Because now I'm just going to put footage of my... Now I'm just going to put footage of the videos in there. And they can decide for themselves. Look, here you go. Links to two days worth of videos. Yes, they have a permit, but are they supposed to leave the signs just blocking the sidewalk like that? I don't think so. But yeah, that's all it's going to be. As soon as I put them up. Where'd this gravel come from? So I guess some of it fell off the truck. What are they doing? I don't know. Need to know information, man. Ah, that's what they're doing. Okay. Well, once again, a sign would be nice. I guess I'm supposed to just go to the City of Dallas website and say, hey, if you're hoping that Argus is being updated or easy to read. And I was like, here's a project, and that's what it is. Because I saw that on Develop. So they got a bond program, and I guess they're going through here and updating the fire plugs. And so there we go. So I put that, so that hasn't moved since yesterday. I moved that all the way over to give myself, 24 inches of clearance, or give everyone 24 inches of clearance. How do they come up with these numbers? They get their experimenters to come out, and they roll through. And they roll through and they say, okay, I got my Rascal through here with no problem. Maybe they looked at the wheelbase of the Rascal and they said, it's 24 inches. I was like, yes, but what about the seat? So somebody's riding through, they scrape their arm on the edge of the sign. Somebody with a compromised immune system, I don't know what's on that sign. I don't know what's been sitting out here. They get an infection. You start thinking about things like this, like that happened, that could happen, that. Fastest man to the red light. Hey man, your insurance company sees that. They call that harsh braking. They gig you for it. I got a feeling that's not the kind of person that cares about getting discounts on their insurance. Maybe I'm just stereotyping here, but I get that feeling. Something just tells me paying 20% less on their insurance is not really a thing that keeps them up at night. All right, I think I can turn this off while I go around the corner. So yeah, I guess that's the project. They are updating some kind of pipes. So they got all this in place. They're gonna be here a while. Like, I'm glad they put this in the street, because sometimes they get a bad habit of putting it right here. And that's a complaint I put in. Oh, Mr. Young, we'll talk to him about that. Yeah, you talk to him about that. I have the utmost confidence in you guys. No, that's not my cynical voice. I mean it. I think you guys are the bee's knees. This one's out of service? No. But it's got a weird wire on it. I guess I can take that off. Let me take that off. It looks like it's a piece of fencing wire. All right. No, there's something that somebody said on Nextdoor that I will, if I get a chance to go out next week. If I get a chance to go out next week, I'll check it out on Webb, Chaplain, and Walnut Hill. The guy was complaining that at the intersection, the red turn arrow is, you can barely see it. And that's a quick little project. I can go in there, get some photos, drop a video link. I think that's what I'm gonna start doing. The city council, the city of Dallas people, is just start dropping video links. I don't know why I didn't do it before. No, I know why I didn't do it before. Because the code enforcement lady told me, well, we really can't use those, and we don't really, and then I talked to the supervisor. She said, absolutely put those in. I said, I don't know who told you that. They said, yeah, give us all the links you got. I was like, okay. And it has helped tremendously. And I got a few, so like I said, I got city people watching this. Talk about a way to kill engagement. But whoever that was that told me that, I got a feeling they were transferred somewhere else. Kind of sucks that the thing that sucks about code enforcement is they keep rotating people in and out, so you're constantly getting new people. And a lot of them just don't know. They just don't know the rules, so the supervisor's constantly looking over them and saying, okay, no, that's not the way you code that. You're supposed to code that, you're supposed to go this way on that. And I was like, okay. That was the first cop I've seen in a while. Why am I picking this up? Because I am within like a few yards of a garbage can. Like I said, another reason I don't like picking up trash is just because it adds an hour to my walk, and I'm already too deep into this. I got a late start. It's midnight now. Let's go ahead and get home. But yeah, it's going to be a complaint. And I'm going to say, okay, I get that, but are they supposed to block the sidewalk like this? Is that what you mean by permitted? Also notice that as I'm coming into the work area, it says road work ahead. I'm traveling southbound on Midway at 0010 on the 30th of July. And ladies and gentlemen, do you see anywhere here a sign that says sidewalk closed? I'll wait. I'll look around. Pan. It says road work ahead. There is no sign that tells me that the sidewalk is closed. I guess I'm supposed to infer that. I don't know. Now, not to complain too much, but they barely gave me the 24 inches of clearance that I needed. Maybe a little bit more. This right here, somebody bump into that, kick it out, you know, roll off into the roll. But the point I was trying to make is you don't see a sign that says sidewalk closed. Now, as we keep heading down here and we get closer to Park Lane, they put it over there. Why would you put it over there? I don't know. Is that to imply that pedestrians are supposed to be walking against the grain of traffic, which I do get, but I'm walking this way because I made the turn and bam, it just happened to be, you know, I'm with traffic. Anyway, this is exactly where I left it yesterday. So they put the signs out here and didn't do, and just let them sit. They don't know how to do anything with them. And to point out another sin, you see these chart toppers up here, they're just there for decoration. These folks aren't keeping on top of it. And I know people use this thing because I've seen them. I come down here in random time, there's usually people riding a bike over here, walking, pushing strollers. So it's not just me using the sidewalk. I was like, maybe it's just me using it. That's why it's like, no one else is complaining. Anyway. Here we go. even the little service truck kind of slowed up a little bit. He's back. I was like, wait a minute, what? You're from TxDOT. I think that's a TxDOT truck. He had to check his speed for a second. He's like, wait, how fast am I going here? It's like, you're fine. I'm just trying to get an idea of what everybody's doing down here. Looks like the average speed is like 25. So, you know, people are behaving themselves. Even at midnight. I'm actually glad that there are no werewolves. Because you know that if werewolves existed in real life, or if they, I don't know, like I said, you know, somebody gets that curse and they're just going to be walking around acting like, no, I'm fine. I didn't get cursed. I didn't get cursed. I don't believe in that stuff. I'm taking silver nitrate. I'm drinking that every day. That keeps the werewolf curse at bay. And then they go out there and wolf out and just bite a bunch of people. If the COVID thing taught me anything, if anybody's got a bad case of lycanthropy, it'll spread very fast. I did my own research, and you know what, lycanthropy is not that bad. People hardly ever get bit. And you know what, you have to be a certain type of blood type to turn into a werewolf. And I'm taking the sheep dewormer, so you know that keeps it at bay. Your girlfriend, your wife, she catches like a case of lycanthropy, she doesn't tell you, you're sleeping with her, next thing you know, you're wolfing out on full moons, you don't know what the fuck's going on. The person you share a bed with, that you share your life with, couldn't be bothered to tell you that she caught some kind of sexually transmitted disease, or transmissible disease. So that's why I'm glad that there's no such thing as as far as I know, there's no such thing as werewolves in real life. Because as ignorant as people are, that would spread like wildfire. You'd have 1 million cases. Going out to the club, some lady, some guy starts wolfing out. All right, put in a complaint. Say, hey, are they allowed to block the sidewalk like this? And the rationale for it, and see, I got a bad ankle, so this is not doing me any favors. And there's a lot going on over here. I mean, I'm just looking for a sign, something that says what they're doing. And you telling me, hey, they got a permit, that doesn't answer the original question. What? So we see they're putting a patch down here. They finished putting a patch. And they just finished this about a year or two ago. It looks like they might be done with it. Whatever it was. But I think that's what they're doing, is it's part of some fire hydrant update. What I don't understand is they just put this brand new road and sidewalk up here, and then they got to tear it up again for the project. I was like, why couldn't y'all get all that done at once? So anyway, if I get the GPX data to sync up here on my overlay video, what the complaint will show, I don't want to have time to put the complaint in. What the complaint will show is here's one funky sign that says sidewalk closed, which is great if I'm going this direction. If I'm going northbound on the southbound lane, didn't help me on that other end. Y'all got signs out there where the drivers are sitting there and saying, like, this is some lazy lawyer shit. Like, they said, no, we put a sign up that said sidewalk closed. Who was supposed to see that? You do realize the pedestrians can travel 2 directions on a sidewalk, right? Your brain can't be that addled. Anyway, that's my rant. Yeah, I know, first world problems. I'm griping they can't put signs that tell me two ways about the sidewalk. Meanwhile, in Brazil somewhere, they don't have sidewalks. And in Iran, they don't have power. In more ways than one. However, what they do have is lots and lots and lots of $10,000 missiles to fire at the U.S. And the U.S. has lots of $10 million missiles to intercept them. But it's running, or it doesn't have a lot of $10 million missiles to fire back. 41. I think that was the guy that went this direction, turned around and said, hey, I see him out there. What's up, Muzzle? Oh, he's getting up there in years. This is what I'm talking about. 30 years of walking down here. The dogs are getting old. The houses are getting torn down. The people are looking different. And I don't mean that from some racist point of view. I'm just saying they look different as far as... I was like, wait a minute, that wasn't the person that lived there before. New faces, new-ish faces. Yeah, I mean, sometimes they're older people. But can't keep up. That's my fault for not being plugged in. I should have poked and prodded more and said, hey, can I come to these meetings? You know, I was going to the meetings in my neighborhood. And that's the other thing, is Dallas is so divided. You know, you're identified. What neighbor, like, that's what next door does, is put you in, we're all Dallasites. Then it's like, no, you're from Bradford Estates. I don't care about what's going on in Bradford Estates. You're over here in Live Oak somewhere. I don't care about what's going on in Live Oak. Mine, they call us Walnut Hill, Marsh, or something like that. And I was like, we're not even really near Walnut Hill, but okay. I mean, technically we're Walnut Hill Estates. That's what they call us. Well, that's definitely a caddy that's zigging. But this just flat out straight up says, Midway Hollow. We're proud of the fact that we're Midway Hollow. It's this crime watch neighborhood. And, you know, that is one thing that I have noticed is, in the entire time that I've been putting these videos together, have you ever seen me interacting with any of the crime watch people? So I'm guessing it's not and that's the thing that's dying in America. Like, when I was growing up, there was Neighborhood Watch. Are people working more hours, or we just got to be more of an asshole? What happened? It's like, why aren't you part of the Neighborhood Watch? I was doing research into that, and what were they telling me? They were telling me you have to have at least one meeting and get your neighbors together and da 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 da. And I was like, okay, yeah, now I guess I do get it now. I honestly didn't want to be the guy who has to sit there every month and try to come up with, hey, can you guys come down here and talk to us about... A lot of people ran over this thing. Make sure I don't leave that. There we go. I feel like one of those old-timey gentlemen that are at a duel, and it's like pistols at dawn, and I'm sitting here straightening myself out, thinning myself out, and then putting the pistol out. Sir, you may fire when ready. I mean, we had a president who famously had a lot of injuries from duels that he got involved in. And they left the ordinance inside him. And they were thinking that was what caused a lot of his weird decisions, was that he was suffering from lead poisoning. Well, you start reading the health reports of a lot of the presidents in this country, it's wild. This guy was overweight, this guy had a couple of strokes. John F. Kennedy was literally being held together with baling wire rods and a shitload of painkillers. They had him on barbiturates and speed and extremely the most powerful painkillers they could get at the time. He was taking basically like heroin or something. I said, was he on Percocet? And they're like, Percocet wasn't around back then. I was like, oh. Who knows? They might have had him on the experimental stuff. FDR was a polio-ridden mess. Couldn't stand up, couldn't walk. America will never vote for a guy in a wheelchair. Texas did. And said, look, Hot Wheels, we don't care about your condition. We just see an R next to your name. Does that make Texas a progressive state? Not really. How did Greg Abbott get paralyzed? The way I understand it was he was jogging and a tree fell on him. Like I always get him confused with Madison Hawthorne. He's in a wheelchair because he just had a lead foot. Wrecked his car one too many times, and then he got into one wreck he just wasn't going to walk away from, literally. Huh. I was looking at the... Oh wow, what happened there? Oh, maybe they were doing some work. Huh. Man, I hope somebody didn't steal their stuff. What happened? Yes, Jesus Christ is one of the things that's popping in my head right now. What happened? No, this doesn't look like it was, hey, we're doing some construction. This looks like somebody was doing something malicious. Did they actually steal the gutters off of the building for this? No, because they left the other parts. It's aluminum. All right. Nah, it's just maybe they're having work done because of the way it's hitting all around. It seems like this was. Huh. What if they were tearing this place down? Huh. That would be a trip. Rezoned. Thought the Mormons were going strong. I mean, they own so much of the Boy Scouts. And they got Utah sewed up. But I think I read somewhere where their numbers are actually kind of they're not in decline, but at the same time they're kind of leveling off. They're not getting as many converts, and despite the fact that they have large families, I guess the future generations don't really grow that much. A lot of bare branches. The other thing I keep hearing is that a lot of Mormon women are leaving the faith. And I mean, that's a hard sell. You know, you're sitting there trying to tell them to be subservient, and you can't be priests. You can't get into the highest positions and lead a congregation. Well, you know, hey, I'm going to go into the secular world where they really don't give a shit what's going on. They don't care what's going on between my legs. They just care about what's going on between my ears. So it would explain a lot. One of my managers was Mormon. She had no kids, and I thought that was kind of weird. I was like, I thought y'all were all about, you know. I never asked what do they call themselves? Oak something, Oakview Academy. if they even had like a religious preference. That's what it's called, Oak Hill Academy. I mean, he picked the weirdest time to say, "Hey, I'm gonna go to battery saver on you." I was like, "Don't do that." In defense of the company that made this, like I said, this was just supposed to be, you turn it on, watch your kid throw a few pitches, turn it off. And I think that's the only reason that people slow down is because they watched a lot of baseball, and you see that sometimes where the manager's like holding the thing up, he gets the lock on the pitches, he's like, all right, and they're checking the guy's stuff. Oh man, am I gonna be doing an Anthony Fauci in a few minutes here? That's wrong. No, Fauci's, like I said, he's a good company man. Shut your mouth. Do your time. It's like Tony's solid. Tony won't talk. Tony won't rat. It's like, you idiot, he's not that kind of Italian. It's like, no, I get it. But man, it sure, like I said, when your guy's last name is Fauci and he keeps pleading the fifth, it does look bad. It looks like a stereotype. $90.48. He wasn't here yesterday. He probably was. We just happened to link up. All right, go back to listening to Super Metroid. All right, let's see what's going on.
That's a wild outfit. What you doing?
Oh, walk audit.
What's that?
You just kind of walk around, taking pictures of stuff, putting it in my video journal.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh, you're new.
No, I've been here a few years.
I don't know. I was talking to the other guy. What was his name? David? On the other side?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so like I said, I don't think I've ever seen you before. My name's Wayman, by the way.
Nice to meet you. I'm Nathan.
Oh, yeah.
It's all good. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, so I just kind of walk around the neighborhood looking at stuff here and there. Last week, I was over there off of Mixon, and they had a fire breakout. Looks like you see this situation right here where you've got the tree limbs touching the power lines. And you know, people are sitting there using their air conditioners, a lot of people doing all this other stuff, and it starts to heat up, and the next thing you know,
Sparks it up. Yep.
yeah, and so this thing caught on fire, and the next thing I'm calling DFR, and they got there within 5 minutes, because you know the station's right over there.
It's right over there, man.
Yeah, so, but man, they put that out, so now I'm trying to see if I can get Encore to come out, but you know how it is with them, so.
It's gonna take a while if they do come out.
If they, there you go. See, you already know the drill.
They're fighting. Be safe, okay?
All right, thanks. Take care, man.
Have a good one.
Oh. Could you have been mean about it? Nah, that's not what I do. Like I said, I'm not like Dr. Fauci. I'm not a company man. I rat in a heartbeat. Makes you know he's got me handcuffed downtown. He said he was doing this. And I was like, oh, cool, they got it painted. Awesome. How come they can't get the other one painted? I mean, you see how long it takes? This has been like 2 years. Well, maybe it's been a year. But What did he say his name was? I'm so bad with names. I think he said his name was Nathan. But no, I'm not going to be an asshole about it. It's like, I'd ask what the hell I was doing too. I'm glad. Shit. Like I said, I'm glad that we had that interaction. I don't get that in my neighborhood. I take that back. I mean, they're so busy. That what it is the fucking Spanish Breeze apartments. Every time I look, man, they were over there, the Spanish Breeze. That's what I'm talking about. They just put the reflectors on that one and then left these two around it. I was like, what the hell are they doing? Does it take that long to bake these things in or what? When did they put in these speed bumps? Well, that's a nightmare scenario right here. That's the other thing. They redid that side, but they didn't do this side. I don't know. He says, no, I've been here a while. It's like, no, you haven't. Last time I talked to a cop on this street, it was a Hispanic fella, kind of heavy set. And that was back when I used to wear the pith helmet. He looked and he said, and I was wearing some other kind of hat. Oh, I was wearing my headband. He said, what happened to your hat? I said, oh, I only wear that during the rain and the daylight. And we got to talking about my channel, and he said, man, that's because you're kind of a celebrity around here. And I was like, yeah, I guess so. Ah, shit. You did that on purpose. All right. I said, hey, maybe I'm not going to put any tickets in today. Shit. You just don't know. All right, let's get it done. And that's the heat. Maybe I'm evil. I'm sorry, not maybe. I don't know why I said maybe. I'm deceived into thinking that I'm a good person. I'm as evil as they, well, not super evil, but I'm incompetent evil. I'm the kind of evil they make cartoons about. No marker on this one. That's all right. You know where I'm at. Shit, it's the only light here. All right, let's put it in. Man, I wish I could put like the video live. Like I could put the name of the thing in here. Here's the link to it. Like I said, I told him about Encore. He said, if you can get him to come out, I said, there you go. I said, you already know the drill. And the way he said that, it made me laugh because I was like, okay, so it's not just me that's having a problem with him. He said, if you can get him to come out at all. He said that under his breath, too. That was the funny part. And I think he knew that he was saying it on camera. You see how he got out of here? He was like, I better not say something official. And I was like, hey, man, you're a citizen first. I know the drill. All right, I'm going to start taking pictures of these. If anybody asks, I did see it. I did take care of it. I was not, you know what, fuck it. Just because these people live over here in Midway Hollow, fuck them. But no, it's like, nah. Because I don't want to get hit. And that means I got to help these guys keep their lights on. That's fine. I can be wearing all this and still get hit. In fact, that's almost happened a few times. There's a video of me going down Shorecrest. I'm wearing all of this, and the dude still damn near ran me over. He was not paying attention, or she was not paying attention. Once again, they didn't paint this one. So if and when I come back through here again, is that going to be an LED one, or are they going to try to repair the sodium light? I thought that while I was sitting there, it would at least try to come back on. Did it? It did. Yeah, it came back on. So yeah, we have video. It's on now, but it wasn't on before. And so you see it getting brighter, and then it turns orange. Let's see if it goes out again. And you know the funny thing is, some shit always goes down when there's a good song on my playlist. Right now I'm listening to Super Metroid Norfair theme. Norfair theme. It's a weird song. It had a chorale in it, and you're descending the elevator and you swear you're in hell or something, or Klingon hell. And the way it works is the percussion scheme is a tick-tocking clock, or it's a tick-tock, 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 tick-tock. And then there's these violins that drone, wah, wah, and then a chorale kicks in. All right. Went off, came back on. All right, so the original point going on and on. But what is happening is the ballast is overheating. And they have to sit there and do a cost-benefit analysis, and they'll say, do we replace this part and maybe it'll go a bit longer, or do we just replace the whole ballast system out and put it in the LED? It went out again. No, it's still up. I was just... Bum, 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 bum. I forgot about the horns. Okay, there's two horns. There's a low droning horn, and then there's a trumpet. And then there's these word sample chorales. I played it once in front of a bunch of people, and they thought very differently of me after they said, "What the hell is that?" All right, that's the LED light. And there's no FLN GLN tag on that pole. Is this a speed bump? This is not. This is just where they patched after putting in the... I'm just like looking at where the water lines go through here. Well, that makes sense. There's the pipe right there. You know, now that I think about it, they don't have gas lines over here. One more time. So I put a ticket in about that one, and they replaced it with an LED light. Or put a ticket about that one, and they replaced it with an LED light. Eventually I'm going to have my crucifix of light. And I put in a request for them to put street lights here, because this doesn't make any sense to me. It's darker than a Republican's heart out here. And I just never can figure out, it's like, with all the money these folks make, you know, why don't you guys have street lights? Maybe they fought against it. I don't know. This doesn't feel like a neighborhood that fights for anything. Plus it's Durango, you know. It's already got a bad rep. It's 1 o'clock. 15 till. I finally got that. Like when I was a kid, I just did not get it at all. Having a bad flashback of your old man. Yeah. Never asked him to help me with my homework again. It got to the point where my dad couldn't help me with my homework anymore. So I keep like that shit. Well, you know what this is. I knew it. I said, man, I wonder if I got enough charge. Nope. How long until the other one goes out? Oh, right. I hit the button too fast. There we go. So I guess my question is, why did this one go out but this one didn't? I think it has to do with I had this one on one time when I was searching through there. Give it a minute. That's the other reason I hate turning on my helmet lights, is because I have a tendency to let my eyeballs wander. And so where my eyes point, the lights point. And so it looks like I'm looking into people's houses with a light, and I was like, shit. Well, I got the gloves on. I was like, oh shit, I got the gloves on. He says, no, I've been here. And I was like, no, you haven't. I was like, officer, there's no need to lie to me. It's like, you're new. I guess when I said new, I meant like within the last few years. In fact, he's new within the last couple of years, because last time I talked to another officer going down this street, not Rosa, but this street, there was this exasperated female officer, and she was like, sir, have you heard any gunshots from over the thing? And I was like, no ma'am, I came over from Midway and I didn't hear anything. And then she just drove off. And that was back when that idiot was, there's this idiot that goes in the alleys and he fires off a few rounds and then he drives off. He's got a mental tick. Okay, there's a Care Flight helicopter. How do you know? It's moving way too slow. That's the way they move. Sorry. Sorry, Andre 3000. I didn't mean to. I got a song from Class of 3000. They had a lot of good ones. So from what I understand, he wanted to do a controversial show. Cartoon Network said, hell no. His show was off the air. Rebecca Sugar did Steven Universe. She did the controversial episode off the air. Teen Titans, no controversial episode. They just weren't selling enough toys, off the air. And that's why I hate network TV. That's why if I hear that Cartoon Network goes off the air, I am celebrating. I'll dance a jig when they go, like I said, when they when they go off the air. You'll have me out here on video. Camera shaking. So how old is Cartoon Network? It came out in 1994. We got cable, and I said, Mom, make sure you get Cartoon Network. And she says, yeah, we got Cartoon Network. And I was so happy. And then they started playing it, and it was old cartoons. But what was cool was they had a marathon. They had a marathon of Max Fleischer's Superman. And I watched that, and I was like, man, this is. Uh-oh, smell some rosemary. Banana Zoo. No, the kids on Class of 3000, they were weird, they were oddballs, misfits. They were adorable. I think I saw a grand total of 3 episodes. It aired at weird times. Well, no, I'm a weird time guy. Cat Guardian of Gate 7. What's up, Isis? Don't tap the glass. Oh, okay. Oh man, I gotta go break in some new sidewalk. Oh, this looks nice. I had put a construction site complaining about this 6 months ago. I'm not saying I'm the one who, hey, I got this done. It's like, no, it's just, I'm glad to see they're finally done, but they're still being assholes about this. It's nice. That's nice. So, I wouldn't buy this house though. Like I said, knowing the corners that they cut around here, nah, wouldn't touch it. find it interesting they put that sign that says from here to corner. That's way more than 30 feet. Somebody must have, well, that's because the driveway's in a weird spot. I guess they're done with this one too. New sidewalk. Give me more. Nah, it's just a weird thing about Super Mario Brothers, the series. The music can be all over the place. It's bossa nova, reggae. This is bongos, some kind of kazoo sample, and then steel drums. Bum 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 bum. One more time. There it goes. Bum. Bum. Bum 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 bum. So what was here before? Rockwell. I got a feeling somebody's watching me. I gotta really look through the notes, and I don't. What was here before? It was. Oh yeah, yeah. It's kind of an unremarkable home. That's a big lot, though. They're all big lots. That's. Is this one next? Aaron's probably going to be here a while. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Yep, I know. It's that time with that dude. That time with that dude. I keep thinking about that wind. Every time you look, the guy kept saying it. It was like, it was Keith Jackson. They'd be sitting there doing Texas A&M with the Wrecking Crew. That wind, guess who it is again? That wind, that wind. That wind was a beast. He was all over the place. He was making tackles, making intersections, sacks. It was all over. It's just, and then he was just undersized for the NFL. Couldn't last. Anthony Hamilton. My brother said he didn't like him because all of his songs sound the same. I thought, man, that's cold. Baby, I'll be waiting on you. 47. To accept you, to love you, and to be with you for life. Come on home to me, Charlie. Wait a minute, I'm singing. Sorry. I'm sorry, people. I didn't need to hear that. I forget sometimes. Okay. What's this? Oh, red moa. Baby, I'll be sitting here waiting on you to come home again. I won't leave. Promise I'll be here till the very end. 5,000 steps. Come on home to me, Charlie. $17,000. That's what it says. Something tells me they didn't get it. Damn it. I just wasted my time. I mean, I didn't waste it. It's just I got another thing that's tracking my GPS. Yeah, okay, that's the smooth square. All right. It's not the midnight broadcast, but you know.